Adeshima yema munyina adwo emakwaba ediba 1GHT so sabre eye ensema sisika sebo de esemufo asemukrogen na wode ne nsa ahya de esefata se utibi ena nwumre so wadama ya je adwa ya de babeda wa fidikase so enne de dwa yi nsemo ye de brew enwumre no de edimakoten bi a obete enie Eshen bi akotwa fa nipa binom so e waka so to butumenam so ma binom atone mum Sanso ena MPP amanekuo ne ma waka so fa nkompetemo na da duadi nhwemu se wo boaboa wona wo ye party ne mama pa na wo hunkrata wona edimu se fata so okuta party membership card no ewi ase no na entokwa pai wase a enya asem ketoa Sanso ena tamale meyo ne da dwe kwa probo obi si nsori ankwada ne Trumuturumu no na wode akwakoto dwa se wo ma brabo mfiti ase ensori na wo mo 21 hwe na won tro ne hie na won paase Adeshia wo mo wotufu nso ayem de ababeto mpanyimfo anim se abane ne mpanyimfo hwe na won mra won sra ba mu emeboa won Adeshima ensem bi eka we hu no adama nwumre ya je adwa ya ye de babeda wo ewo 1GHT so na fenso Kentom TV so wadama wababeka ye hu na ye channel no wabo modern subscribe ahye so edi amaye kase bokro ya so etwagu ewo 1GHT so enwako bi adama na wo mukra masene sika fam da ne da nyina yetumi ede kase no ebrewo Bentrena Travel and Tour Limited akwanto mu master akwanto mu champion me frɛ wo mo se wode wo bo wo mo akotokro enkan sinsemu de biara da enti baabi a opesa wo furu dadia na matu America na wo kokopiem wo bi man so wotu kwan kopiem wo bi man so wotu kwan baabi bia opesa wo kwa na wo fa wiem hyan no bomodra na tu America bra wo matran ha na wo ni wo emra medi ensawoso registration fee no eye $150 wo ba mpanyifo ni obedi nkomo na nhyehyɛ ya aka bia no brei na wo no mo emma medi nkomo aka nyina ewo ho sanso ena master pizza papa twewonum nipa so yome Kentom Estate Property Masters Autocare enimako ya dama ena kasebo ya dishimama ye kenkan nyina ede amaw midin edisi poku konkonkon bone chempem nana abusua ye ntwa ye ho kakramra ye ba ye fri ni nchiemu no ase Abusuafo yem Africa seboni chiemu ase ewo mfimfim mantam chufu nsuayem na adehia wo mo mpotam ho na matam kwanya na fe so temamamufo na nkasa na de wo makosa baba betudwa ne nyina eyese empanyu so chichirisi ho na obi so maso awo wo mo se fremre santenie adehia wo kro no so ene nananom aka wo mutira bomatimi abo atieti akakrakra ama senia wo ma bia empuntuo na ebekoso a ejina temamamufo na nkasa so enti nananom chiremu a wo matima bo mo modan ye de wo betimi aye nanso dwete yi eduru baabi no makwa woka kwantimfie wo muntimi enko bio eminti no sabra no kura no wohwa emrahye bedwani a wogire mu ade hye wo mpotamo na ba wo msra ba mu edemu akakra aba nanso ba akofo ntimi nsa enkata nyankopon aninti no anso won baabi a asanso akwa akogya wan kwantimfie nti no wo mu de adesrede ena mafidikase so eto aba mu mpanyifo anim se adabraka wo meye wo moa
Nananom eni adehye yi ede omakosem ne omadesre na etudwa wo bra wo mo eni nsemtwerefo etwetwe nkomo na nkomotwetwemu no ohina a wo watwifu nsuayem nana agya bere a wodikan ene di kan gira ne manfo anamu ede adesre eto wo assembly ene Ghana abanyanim se wo mo ehia emwa nana kasayemu no wo de adesre tudwa ekiremu ese wo hwe twifu nsuayem ekuro no a wo mo hia ne ma bebre wo mo hia akade bebre enu ti no wo de adesre etudwa se Ghana aban etwa nani emra mehwe womo na wama me yomo adom se ne be ya akade ahodo a womo ehia no womo sabetimi aka bi eno achi no na etie mu se school kra na ewo mpatam wo no womo adehie no a eno mo ka womo ensase a womo timi pagya school no esi wo no ti wo kire se emwamra eno ti assembly ene Ghana bai eme yomo mo nsema ahodo bi eka nsemi ho enanana editu dwa
sayim udikuro Bijina me manfo nyina enemu enne edayi eto asre MPP aban no kware nyame anim ni honorable lawyer Bright Yorokun Brobe oya deputy minister na fam die biara oye ye community center ho ye hyase o bring 60 bags of cement ye de to nanim biam say ye pay baby ama chechirefo yi ada aboy ni trimu poso be ma 100 bags of cement impo wadi ka di mu 40 aba wo ba ye na egusu a baby a yadru almost say yadru window level so we dan instruction is you na yadru window level I can say hento say 100 bags nsa no de na yedi dan no esi ho o hye ya no mba na oboye anumba se baby ebedu bia no yento nsa frɛ no mra mebo ayen na nyame anim ni MPP ni second term ewo administration ni muni nso yenhu MPP adi ba ko ebetumi di nsa asisu se eni se free assembly ni mo se free aban na mu yenya hunu bi nti se dia me manfo na kire ni se aban amebo ayen bi se yenso 2020 kwaya to aba no na ha na ka MPP enwi ni wa hada. It was the first time MPP enwi ni both parliamentary and presidential na ye say manfo na ti aban na se na mum emwa ombebo aban ni de ni yenya hunu nti bu free amokoyi mu fi ade srede enko yekuta community center da ho ye wi abekọ na akọkyerew na teachers bangulei 5 unit rooms and the CSC ya ye ho adwuma nti aban no omeboa yen na yenso ye kaganafo ho ye kokokuafo so a aha ye ti kokoko pa omanfo no so wogi onto so a esan se omopo mani yenti no omo yiro omo se obetua eto no na ye dia yempuntu dwuma na enso benifo se ba akofo nsa hansu nyame ani ekata na ba enu sonso a emia ye hia aban no ani assembly no ene woni a NGOs fo bi emwa omeboa yen ne nsoyem ekuro no ye ka kire ye hwe district ha ye ka school a ebo homode power BEC yimu a wo twefun nsoyem free mu a wonya bi even district capital heman ani jokwai ani nkura ewo ye ho nyina no wo nsoyem free mu e BEC yimu a wo education office ko bisa do regional level mpa ye timi to so 10 the whole region nsoyem to be to so 10. This is the first need ye din sa na enso ye kire fo no nya baabi enna nti omo ba no masa no echi ko ye sere se ye be ya oni free kuro kase no bedu ha onya baabi mpo ni ti to a na e kire se na ni age na mo kakra awofo no yeso e bebo age fo no mo etimi atena no etimi ayeye ya de sere die no eniye
Krora kasa ye echi no ena ne manfo bi nso ede adese bi eka wo mo hene die eho echire musa wo mo hia moa enu nti wo mo enso de adesere to Ghana aban anim sempanifo amameya o madom fi se ba bia edru no sempanifo amamu a enya dese wo mo ebetimi adehie nso nsem o mo de to dwa no sei eno mo kan ye
Mr. Abudu ni nso ayem ma desere da me de to de sasamle anim ni se ye hia moa beble wo aye tufu nsayim bia ye chiches beda omunya baabi na yesra ho ara ombabo ahe na MP honorable yoku bebe wa babo ahe cement 100 bags ye guso a ye di ye chiches quarters o se esan yan samra na ye hia this assembly nso wo mwa ehia wo mwa papa so this assembly no so mo yes anu ma nyina ama he nti ehia wo mwa wo momodin ara wo ba babo he nso ayim ye ya kachi nti wo momodin amabo he ayesa na te na se ni nyina yes ye de ni nyina re 20 so de a eno de MP ontumi ye ni nyina nti aduma ni titru nya ye this assembly wo momodin no mobo he na de yes nso ayim ye fa ye ntoma mfura
I just said this idea ye hu ponto dwuma bi a woye ne ha nti ama ye didi assembly no ya papa ye di ya na bi akwakosa aban ya nsentin senya MP ene duru ba bi a ya na yesu frɛ na wotie yen na oba behwe yen obesra yen na ne mu akakro de wo no ankesa ho odwode bo ya enka ya baka se enka abatompo de nsuem ha de ye nto aba mfa ma DC impo ana atobi ama ban ne de akotu bi ama MP nanso MP mode monti aya na de ani ato na wo mu a na MP aba ha na aba beti sofo no akyeche wure kakra ene cement no de ba ayon ross no de ba enima bi asafata bia no say be hu senso project ya impo ye gina hu school aye call ye apart from the NDCC ye niam ekeka ho computers o yina MP na de bra ye DCT hima he ya just 5 kilometers said that crumpo took car ebia ye body we so mi no be hia be krom ye ba be hia ebia mpeso we so fast we be see da nti e besre de DCD ye ne de ka se ne je ho pa de ane ye boa ama ye no kura ne abopo si anhwe ada kroti di this assembly hwa ne de chobei akron so sase we yi ye free ne mpeso so nti ye pese ye kono kura ne de kotum se nsoye mu enka ne mpeso so a onka nkire ye ko sade bia ne wa wodo se betima tense se DC yiba ya wonya 4 years and second term wo ya ye nyina ya ho ode ne ya mua ana mo DC ro de to no wa ya menso yimfo ye di ne ho ya papa nti se wa na ne ni amhwe so ye ma fe wei na fe wei kuna wie ye na 2020 ye hyase de a ade nso ye ma ba bia kye no this assembly no nya de ne beje ye nti ye serious talking pa na
donko me ka se fichufu nso aye sane me nuan bidi ka ba kan saa na te pepepe ye hwe ne ma ekoso wo ha kodu baby a eye nyam nsoyemfu ya aye modembo eturu kwose anwea beku ho se mpia mabuahe ya anwea eturu gu ho saa na anwea na sei hwe se ye si community center MP na me sister bus the same thing ye sanso ye si aye teachers quarters MP wasanso me 100 bus a ye gusa ye se ye ka se this assembly bobuahe dia ane ye hu me papa no kwa minim no papa no kwa ye also oye DC no me am ja minim no ti masram bebre se and ho eyade a ekese o mabu ahende a and this yon fast no mabu ahen because ya na ediko kobeti na etu aba na so kokobenti su kwa eyi a ye stranger okwan wan hwe ne ye na say the course demonstration ba ho a ebiem pa na papa ba yempa ne sa ye pasomdwe wo MPP abem ti esram se momomode mu ntwom ani mo hwe nsayem anu mpesa so nya kwa mpesa so nyinara obi asu ye nya mfaso bi etu abai 4 years ye nya hwe second chance so ye nya hwe ti esram bebre bombra na mabu ahen ya na etu aba o ya hwe ne ye nsu a fa papa mlehe nti esram bebre mu mabu ahen ne yesu ya iden yakoma mtoma kan na si anso anafo 3 years and 4 years na de ye ne basa atu aba no so ye hu asomdwe ne raboa mu mo basa nso nwini na se man tuma ya hwe hen de a yesu ye ntwe nhwe mu na bi mpa da ko ye demonstration ne de aba ho yesu ye mpa ne sa ti me pomcho this is assembly mo mbra mo maboa enye nso ye mko a ye district he nyina kwesi jankobo UK nyina na mo maboa he na ye bre
abusuafo yen toso na yen konko piemu ewo tamale na ekuo bi eyiniti ya chese wo mo ada wo mo adi e de atira de hia wo mo ewo tamale ne potamu ne nyina efa wo ba no oba nhia mudie ene bema ne bema nhia mudie ne binim so a wo mo ni nso ade nti wo se nyankopon abo no oba na won pese oba ye oba ne bio ne mo pese oye bema nso so se me pese me ye oba saafo ne nyina nkamfu ano saafo yi a chese wo mo aba beje Ghana ha won pese ye wurawura mu ada won krata sempuopon ya na womo mu soje free so pese ye sogum na Ghana fonke ye gitum na nso mpanyifo bebre ano abene mu se de bera da ade ye obi fie ye na ebe obi fie nso so ese no eni tetenya de ne se ye ba betena honom aye nhwe ha ma saafo ye ba beji ekuru na kenten so na se chiwade e bo man no Nyankopon san na bufuo e de ba begu ye nso eyi ntino ekoya na dadwe womo yi womuti e wotabale ne monten so no kire se womo mu si be si bra tutu ene sansa bra na saafo no e na afie so sa gay ene lesbian fo do womo nyina eye subia enye su papa ene yade e de na di wokuro so a enso ani na saade ne nyina no womo sori etia kutia sa hono de wonim na oyutia ene wa wujejirije
so ede kokobon sem koma wonna wode won hu awra ashawo bread mu na afi so wonna wode won hu awra gayism ene lesbianism says o man twom wa afri hu dia na ne de ba wo so no enya asem kuma akura na ne wo chese yetna sidi hwehwe han e masa nyamransem ekoso dia na so o man no ye ne kase pa breche kase ene bebo ye na mo entra se masabi nyado sanse hu ne sansanfo no enkoso won beba wo modi bia se do mbetumi aye na omodi atu ase na no mo chese mo de mpai bo so beta akire pa ene ye kaba wo mebo mpa ye se de be ya betimi asesa Ashawofo ebra adwene na nsa wo mo so de omo ahye gay ni lesbianism no asesa omo adwene na nkasa yemu no na ye ensantrofo busa ne se wo mo be kontra ko mefa agyan ni tuo na na wo chese wo de bi wo mo emfa agyan ni etuo wo mo muslimi esomne de omo gidie kire asomdue enti o mefa kwan biara so mo do musika wo mo de o ma ho ode ni nsem bi ro betimi aka ede etu Ashawo na se ede afri tamale ne potem no wo mo be so mo be de ehu adwuma na no wo chese de ye ne yakase pa ne se ade hye bi fri Nigeria no mo do manya che Ghana e no meba Ashawo ni nyina e yade bi a entwa yi.
This morning is nothing but a doom that is about to happen. And the cause of the doom is LGBTQ. LGBTQ, which means the L means lesbianism, the G means gayism, and the B means bisexual, and what do you call it? The T means transgender. All these are nonsense, and we are here to fight it with all our strength and power, and we will never rest until we have until it's gone with us, inshallah. And another thing, the Ashawos girls, this is an alert to them that they should leave Tamale before it's too late, because we are preparing a serious preparation. We're not joking. We are preparing. Al-Mughalisun is ready to fight, and we are about 300 members. 500
so when
members.
you say you are prepared, is it guys, machete, or is it spiritual?
Okay, you are right. For now, we are using two things. Islam means peace. We will never fight somebody with a gun or a machete. But what we will use is that we are going to use spiritual. For now, we are praying hard on them. God will destroy them. He will destroy them immensely. And another thing, we are going to fight them with our words and money, because we want people to help. We want people to help. They are helping us with money, and money that we can use to convince the positive persons that can help us deal with this nonsense in this town. How can you leave Nigeria to here, coming to, I don't know, it's too much.
So can you share with you?
You are right. If we happen to have somebody in this bad attitude, the Prophet Muhammad said, "Man wajadtumuhu ya'malu amala qawmi lutin faqtulu fa'il wa maf'ulun bi." If you ever seen somebody doing the kind of actions that the people of Lut used to do, if you happen to have such a person, kill him and kill the person that kill the two both. I mean, the two people that are doing it, kill them. That are doing it, just kill them, and that's all. So if we happen to have such a person, we cannot kill them, because we don't have power because the politicians are so ruthless that you can't take an appropriate action. So, but if we happen to have such a person, in fact, only God and Lord can tell what will happen to you. For now, we can't tell, but what will happen to you, only the Allah can tell. Inshallah. There's something. If persuasion fails, then force must be applied. Only God can tell the meaning of this. But many people, everybody interpret it how we want it. But only God can tell. But if they decide not to pass the will again, I mean, and then go around and do some kind of I don't know, some kind of comedy things and funny things, we will know how to handle things in Tamale here. It should be doing somewhere. They will fact a men's anus somewhere, but not in Tamale here.
Yera wustada na kasa yemu no ena osade tu dwa bia mu kire se wo de wani e kire emrahye bedwamu a kamia ko ese emrahye bedwafo omatwi wo mani sebe panya a wayi mframaboni e woni pemu LGBTQ+ bi oyi no mo hwe ne mu san kampanyufo behwe no maka ho asem na ba yem rakete e wo man mu etu oni akwa e be so mo sebe wo ye gay ni lesbianism emra ene wodi ni sede ese na so kamia ko ese emrahye bedwafo no mayi omani ena ko yi kire se wo de emrahye bedwafo no mo ntwi omani na mo twi mani pa de na tabale ne mpota mo de enya do metra sa hwenhwe han masabi enyamra sam no akoso se yesi e betra my God ne mo na sabe ye de Trumutrumu ne fa wo fa hyehye akoso a tamale mpota mo de mo sa maburu no enya do metra se da ama ebi akoso wo ho wo gina so de futu koma awofo se o ma wani enko ma ho papa eyi efise ne mofa ne bro mo bo social media no ni nyina ya de bia enya ni kanto mo hwe so mo bo monitor mo day in day out se de be ya wo metimi atwa mo afri sa abrabo ne eho.
Here we will pass our own will. Al-Mughalisun with the kings and the malams, the sheikhs here will gather together and then pass our own will in Tamale here. Nobody can die. Put me inside this, because I'm ready to die. And this is an advice to every woman and every man. I mean, parents in general. You see, if you have a kid who is attending the SHS and so forth, or JSS, I mean, if your boy or girl is having a smartphone, make sure that every week you go through it, because
The LGBTQ now they are using the boys through the pornographic movies. The boys they go to Google and then they Google out negative. I don't know. People's graphic movies. So now they now use men to I don't know. They now use gayism. I don't know. All their movies now is about gayism. So make sure you check it thoroughly in such a way that you will be okay with your boy or your girl and know that maybe your boy is not part of this these stupid actions. Inshallah.
I was some kroya emu any addition be a womo eka Muslim society want to trade and come on. No more so almost some would do to dry any.
LGBTQ asam no kura abromiso if you say fitiasi nyina no ehu se saade we no we tete but na me nim se de eti ba se na se de aba bibre fa yema ene mofra asisuo ama se mofra ne bibre niam bi omo ye no ehu na ahwe fitiasi no a enye sa na nyankopon eboye oba ne bema onyankopon obi anim nyansa che nyankopon na ehu se enne no enipa pese ye yeti se enim nyansa che nyankopon ye hwe kura Sodom and Gomorrah sa na omo ye ya onyankopon se enti eye hu pa ni anhwe ye de no mekese ebeba o man so ye ne se ye ma no ene omo wo fie e wo sa bre nyina no ye kasa kire wo wo school so bi de sika dada o say yenkoye ade we ya sa ma ne mema enna no oba ne oba da be ma ne be ma da ye se bi no kura ye ho say so ya abo a bia me ye kraman me ya adwe me ye wei de ope no ye empene na sika emfa wonko ba bia so nyankopon se obehira wo a enye sa ade no na obehira wo na sa ukoye kura nso a ensi wo yie na yehwe binmo ha yetietia obi wo koye saade no se bo ba ne be ma timi da na ne tukwa nyina asai se be no obo pampas ebe da wieye no na ediwuo na abre no ebe timi atwa ne nkwa so ama ne nkwa asai na nso sa wo bobra e fata na wonyini kompanyimfie mu a onyame no a ne beyi se wo yoba a onyame beyi ukuna ma se be ma nso onyame beyi wo yire e dia ma eno na yekoye sempanyimfo ani die mu omo hwe sa asam no nka ne yie se omo anka ne yie no mtoto papa so in fact enye de nyankopon de no make se ebeba oman ene mpanyimfo ni nyina so pa min pa GOV'T to tsule na mi ne santiyanka tsule to den lampai na ngum te kachala alumo pian lutana na ngum te kachala alumo pian to nilam mai shen pai the parents they will came the man ma beta ban ma the tun bel irite be mazu because adi abu mi situation shen ombi
adishima ma yento aso na yenkopiem ewo NPP amanoko na tenaye ewo kaso ene ne mpotemu na kaso fanko ne dadua yi NPP amanoko ni mabi ekokohie mu honom se party ne man wo mu edimu na wosi pisita se wono watu ne ho si wo se me NPP ni de hye eni ntune na ade ese fata card a ebedi adanse na ebesa fata se obia behu se wo ye party ne ba no mpanimfo atwahia ena saafo ni nyina ede sa card ne ba no wo mu ese fata se ye kruche wo mu din so egu nkrata so na ye hu se di adanse se wo mu ye party ma no na mpanimfo ede sa dwumade na hye so wo mu guso a wo mu ekeka ni nyina ebomu eno na kwansin abante ba ko ye friend no stopper ye wo bia entimi ensi ne kwan wo de wo peso ye ho wono etototo ne nsa akọbọ panyini ba ko a na enya asem keto enam soma pinche ne menteme ho ase ene nkrata ye titimu ene eduri ho na enya asem keto akora dwumade na de enti apote wo mu si nkonwa ya na wo mu de hye so na wiase no na asem na dan kwanta ma ntokwa esi wase no na enya asem keto echi ekuru yi
Wabra ya mani boni okatache dako ekopiemu wakaswa ofankwa eno ewe utu senya East Kropon enu wonfinfini mantemu biaya dwumadie yi ekosoma rehusemi esi ye no openyina ne ho eka ye wa asemi mu ani amani boni etwetwe nkomo na enkomo twetwemu no owura solo echiemu akire se wanya boni bia ni nyina ye se dwumadie a ekoso ewo Kropon no emu no ena tese woni party mpanifo bi kopiemu ofankwa se dwumadie no wo mo ekwa kohwe se ne be ya pepepe ye ebetimi akoso na no na owura yi chiemu se wo mu ya ene se prekope NPP polling station members bi wo mu frihin omo abeto ahye omo so se enkrata na wo mu ede ye adwuma no omo emfa emo ne no ene owura yi chiemu ebisa ye se edi enti ne emfa mamu a na tese omo nsem na wo mu eka no esisi so prekope na tese blosu ahye se etoto ene ne wo mu tofa we etofa ne no no chiemu chese pepesa wo mu de ye adwuma no prekope mu ya ene se pepes no ene na ninamwie ekowi ase adia ewose wo mo ye no kra no wo mo antimi anye NPP twetwefo abedi ekira ne ho eka ye wo chiemu chese ne owura bia ne di ede stopper wo no eye NPP ni ene asotoro die wo mani bi papa ada ya stopper echem sei onimonyafo Mavis Hawa Kumsen ma shebedwani a wo gina mu ede ma de hye wa wutu senya East Kropon mo no kro ya esanso eye soafo wo no ena ehwe ensuomunamu nsem wo no ena soma no na so ni nyira mu no owura yi ekira mu ekire se wonim de ntia onimonyafo Mavis Hawa Kumsen esoma se o mama mede nkrata no enuti wo chiemu sa asem no akwakopiemu wakaso ofankwa aposifo nsem a ohwe ani mu kwan se we die aposifo ebetimi achi abrantie stopper se ne be ya emra ebetimi ne na die fiso chiemu kire se abrantie stopper no nadwuma wo ya no enye de edikan nie ena wabro amanfo ewo sentence yahodo mu enuti wono de asem no wagya Ghana Police Service se wo mo enhwe no mo ema tentiri ni bi enya adwuma ma no.
Actually, no, it's very bad. That is why I'm really not happy. Because even among polling station executives, we don't expect fights. Not to talk of polling station executive against a constituency officer. In fact, he is the secretary. We here in constitutional, or no, your friend no, assistant secretary, meaning at any given point in time, he works as the secretary. He's not an appointee, he's an elected one officer. So why do you go onto him? What grievance are? The executive committee is there. At least we have the structure. You can channel it through them. Now about say Ebia, say ni say Ankoye. But why do you go onto him to the extent of even beating him? It's too bad. Very, very bad. The man can say bad and say for now no, it is on him. The next I don't know whether it is me or any other officer who will be attacked. Why do your genuinely constitutional mandate work within the constituency and to Mr. Remo or ha Memano Akadisi?
Enuachi no ena NPP twetwefo penya wo wutu senya East Kropon mu enso ene amane boni okatache da kwakasa ye ne no ena owura seidu da sana so akasa ye chem sa ade a esi no eni wuo ade a esi no eyade se entwe ye kura na ena wo chem se eni wuo ede ma NPP osunu kokrokwa yoko no ewo kasoa
me ba na me 4 o'clock ye shas ya I stop our catch him say honorable how I say me as an assistant secretary no me fan krata ni na enfa masa abrantie no Erika mako na me say asaba na me ken me chiche nyama no ma me chiche mo na yenko ena ndie agbe ni ochima no ni friends stopper ni na ena krata no almost scatter ni nyina o dem ho ena afi ho no yes creative pandemonium ena mayo mu keme ye na we afa ena police station executives no ba me ho be so mu say mama nkasa obi an yenko me yes ani esi form wo na na abansoro wo ye top abansoro enti me sani esi form a meti masum efi meti wan se stop and je me che wa bon masum efi meti enti police station executives no so there and there to be frank omo ya ade ye omo so be mu a se yenko
so tro no na mu odu
se bi o enye party adwuma ana ya adwin say eduru bebi a ye de mra be adwuma na say stopper me ni gina wa end 5 minutes me ni stopper gina one on one end 5 minutes no eti media eya sa no so police
Adishimama ensema sisi kasi ebo ena ugusu a wohwe bie na wotie bie no bo modra no adwempo ne gya wo honom na yenhwe na yenkenka emfa emma dwumadie kuro yanso etwagu ewo one vision GOV'T so kasi ebo na na egusu a yekenka no yenkonko pie mu ewo memra hyebedwafie ene da dua di abedwafo ne Ghana fo nyina epetie ene o my Ghana ko mabosika afempem yenu aduonum yenu eye nsana hene de bekwa akotudwa wo memra hyebedwafie ene nam so menne da dua sikasem so onumonyamfo Ken oforiata ekopie mu ewofie honom de ho nsem kokotudwa na ebi a ye pon ho de ama wanumre no ye nyina ye nimsem se firafie twa mu no bepem sambre yade ye aba beda ne kodie wu asense wiase mansa nyina komu eye COVID-19 yade no enam so ma amama bebre na no makofo ma ye wonema bebre mu o my Ghana ha ye di ho adanse nenso aban yi de nsem a ene dadwe wadi tudwa no ekyiremu a wabra yade no eba ye na nipa wo mutu wo mu si honom adokotafo mo ye adwuma titiriw ewa yaresabia hodro no wo na na eda wo mabam sanso wo na betimi aboa Ghana ne yie mu pa enti fa dodo wo yi wo manim frontliners no wo bo modena eyi sika kakra twato honom ede so wo masene eboa wo mo nempo aban ewa hoyehia mu kura amanfo bebre amama wodo bebre ho kire wo mo no Ghana de bibi ensi wo hanom se ye ho akwatwe anase bibi eho hihia kakra enti ma ye nipa bi efra adwuma anase ye gibi ne adwuma firi wo mo ntima kase ebinim ntra fie na ebinim nya adwuma nam sikasem nsti so afo ese sa ne mani nyina ekọọso wo wiase baabi ne Ghana ha de ebi ensi wo ha wa bra covid ne ba nyina echi no obi ya adwuma da sukura na ya nyi obi ya enfri na adwuma mu.
Speaker, at the beginning of the pandemic, both the immediate as well as persistent health of the pandemic, was bold, decisive, and compassionate, but also costly. Responsible government, allied to the concerns of the people, we have had no choice but to implement critical interventions to take lives and jobs, including feeding nearly 2.8 million people with hot meals. We also collaborated with our faith-based organizations to provide 470,000 families with food packages. Mr. Speaker, to mitigate the health impacts of the pandemic, government also employed additional 38,000 nurses. Tax exemptions worth 36.8 million Ghana cedis were also granted to our frontline staff, while 10.1 million and 4.78 million households were provided with free water and electricity, respectively. To facilitate the mass reopening of schools, government provided 11 million students and staff with essential supplies such as face masks, paper towels, liquid soap, and sanitizers, all at great cost. Cooked meals were also provided to final year GHS students in both public and private schools. Mr. Speaker, these have been expensive, but we knew that the cost of doing nothing and disrupting the education of our children for an entire academic year would have been even greater. I'm proud to announce that not a single Ghanaian public sector worker was laid off as a result of the impact of the pandemic on our public finances, and we have managed to pay them monthly, and we are grateful to the unions for their cooperation in this regard.
Come on. Oh, my people are nice.
Adishimama aha eye one vision GOV'T so ensema sisikase ye bone eguso aye kenka edema wo no watama bomodra na subscribe na share na mo manfo nya kwanya enhwe bi entebi yento so na enkonko pie mu ewo kaso atobut ene da dwan so asem esi wo na enya asem a eye na hogono so kura na se edekura na nyina ne se trailer cars bi ene kokotwi edefa nipa binum so wo na nya asem ketwa wa bra na wo no ka wotima wo ba no wo hwe ya na niema bi ho atechema ewo ne hyen mu ntino e ma ne free kwan no so etisi pavement no so enu nam so mani pa binum so omugyegia kwanche no ekokọ kan wo mo ananya asem keto ameka sei ebinum dabre mu aye den a ebinum kura atone mum
Wa enkwanhyia mu amanebɔ no yamanebɔ ne okatachie da akokopie mu ewo biaya arehusem yesi ye ene adehye bia wo mani kotu awisia eti ankwanhyia yi atwetwe enkomo na nkomo twetwe mu no adehye yi atwemu eche se trailer no na efri enkran a na nani ekire kasoa sabre kro na mu so na Toyota Uber yi eno so efri kasoa na nani ekire enkran na no na adehye yi atwemu che se trailer no na 40 fita containers mienu esi ekire na nam speed anase America tenta na drobani no wodinti no wobra wodru Bonigas Junction no na chese sia no agifri ni nsema no nam so ka kesie yi efri kwamu ekotisi kwan a adehye efa so na adehye nante so me no ekowi ase kwatwifa adehye miensa so ma container ba ko a na esi trailer na chi so no eno so ebutu ye ekoto Uber ne so ma ekowi ase Uber droba no wo no so eho kan ye ne no na adehye yi eto aso achiemu se enkwanhye ya esi no ya des etai simpatem wo pa fi say edu anadwo a wo mo empatem nyina eyosum highway light na chese nkane abubo akwantempo ni so nyina dundum enu nti nkwanhye ya asi no ya de tasi ni titru ene anadwo
opese fo nse no ba yeye na ma gbo we na okroso se ye dey be fa Uber driver no so ekwana block anyam ni sisine fitine hanmu nyina kwa anyam pa inti ba ko le wan shakro be ba we ne de ase pressure kakra na e wono inti so mu tu she dia de no beto no ba ko le wa we kra ko de inti be fa be think say me kra mi spray car o de ameti an gbongla na me diem lika gidigidi inti me de amenwu an say car na peja tag Uber na kwa kwasha amenani nti awon ya share say bia obi shema na yakwohwe nipa na o shem de nyame kwa eza de obewu accident ba kwa ya homa Saturday no ye ba na ni aka ho no na naka ne de eda fom nyame anya duma na se bia wo so wo ba na se wo so anya kefa wo so betuni ade ade abesia we ya me ye se ne kwaduma wo bedu na me se ka ye de eda han muslims we ya tu play betuni ade atu ye eti esra so man mu road wet ya yefo no mo mo ye na ye ntumi o man no mo ntumi se kwa na ye de e ma ye because ni atu mi e betuni atu pani bi e betuni atu individual bi nso eti mesre mo and man the accident by Bobans no I don't have you or because it's an accident of Obiso before the car so we are breathing here from Chow light no so all this street light is not working street light is doing and yet you anya tumudo I say don't just a traffic storm I say ya so get a phone that's what you bring no I comfort me straight to the river okay there's a car street lights here Juma I think say
Adishimama ya demu kwa kopiemo ewo etifi mantam nemo tamale meyo eyo numonyamfo Sule Salifu enede dwe wone tamale mantam nemo panyina woye panye kwanchefa woda enwumasu so ye nanu wompotem honom etu mpasa ebo modina kwa hwehwehwehwe nkrofo a ye wo mo kwa akotro BC ensohwe ne bi meche sukufo no wokoye de wo mani kotwinchiri mu afefa examination centers awodwo no kohwe ye sania wo mo sifa ebo wo mo homoden ena afensuso akwakoye ne mpotem na sefata se wono ankasa de nani ekokohwe bi ese dwumadie no nkoda no nsohwe no wono ankasa bekọ no wodi nani akohwe na wahu ne sania wo musifa kyero ne sifa ne nkranhyensem bi wo hono ma wotim ede ama wo mo wa bra panyi koe no wone nkoda idi nkomo no che wo mu se asem a ye ka no obra abrabo ne mfiti ase no eno na o mafiri ase ne ho nsohwe a na wo mo twente wo mo ni nku ho na wo mo nyire wo mo enkyero ne yie sanse no a eni ade a obetime de afiri obra na se papam ama wo mo
Wa basic education certificate examination a yetwa ne tia wa frɛ no BCE nsɔhwɛ a na no dwoade etwa mu ya obubu obosom ya yewomi ne da na etoso edunum emofra bi ede hyehyɛ so ɛwɔ Ghana ne ntuo ne ntwa so a amanebɔ kyerɛ sɛ nyame adom edafia da edi anim ya ɛna wɔn de ne nyina ɛbɛkɔ awieye no ebi ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ Tamale Kuropɔn no emu na amanebɔ a efi Tamale Kuropɔn no mu ɛba ne sɛ adehye empemu nsia ɛne ɔhadio wɔtwe ɛna fi wɔn ɛtwa ensɔwe ni bi ne no ɛna nam so akropɔn krachi panyin a wɔtamale onmonyamfo Sule Salifu ɛne na adehye yi bi ɛkɔ kasaye mu no wɔde adesere ɛto wɔn anim sɛ wɔn yire wɔn ho na wɔn ɛntwe nsɔhwɛ no ɛntwa ɛno akyi wɔde nkuranhyɛsɛm so ɛkɔ ɛde ma adehye yi sɛ wɔn hwɛ sɛ nsɔhwɛ na wɔn ɛtwerɛ no wɔn enya gidie sɛ wɔn betimi ɛtwa ebiem wasanso ede ankyeremu ɛkyerɛ wɔn ɛkyerɛ sɛ BCE nsɔhwɛ yi a wɔn ɛtwerɛ no wɔn ne sɛ adeɛ bi adachi bia no wɔn ɛpɛsɛ wɔn yɛ sɛ yɛ dɔkota sɛ yɛ nurse ni deɛ ɔpɛsɛ wɔyɛ bia adachi no mɔfrɛ ehu ne sɛ wei ɛne ahyɛseɛ no ɛno ti wɔn ɛmɔ wɔn nimbre na wɔn ɛntwerɛ nsɔhwɛ no sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a wɔn daakye ebetimi adi mu ɛno akyi no ɔsanso ɛkyerɛkyerɛ adehye yi ɛmfaso a ewo suku ene mpono enwumasuem nsema wodo bi ka ho ena Kuropɔn krachi panyin editu dwa.
I've prepared you adequately to sit for this exam. So good morning to all of you. Exactly, have the confidence and believe that all of you will come out with flying colors. My name is Sule Salifu. We are here to see how the exams is to be conducted and to wish you well and flying colors as well. Like the letter indicated, today marks the beginning of you individually shaping your future. This exam will show you your future. What you will be in the future, where you will go in the future. So I want to beg you, my brothers and sisters, take these exams very, very seriously. We are standing before you here today, not because we are the strongest in town, but because our parents took care of us, because we listened to our parents, because we listened to our teachers, because we took our studies very seriously. My mother is not educated, but my mother was very passionate about my education. Today, what I want to do for my mother, I can do for her. And it's not because of anything, it's because of education. So please, your director is here, it's education. Other teachers and staff of the Tamale Metropolitan Assembly are here, it's because of education. Education is the best form of investment that our parents can give to us. Today my father is late, but I'm alive and I can survive on my own. Try to come out with flying colors and proceed to higher educational institutions so that tomorrow you can survive on your own. Because of this, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, has helped all of you, has helped every parent, every community.
Eno achi no na opanyina wo hwe nwumasua so ewo Tamale Kuropɔn ni mu owura Matus Dugu enso ekasa ye ekiremu ekire sei ensɔhwe na ekoso no nani ajepa ne bo ato ne yam ni nyina ene senhyehyɛ ya hodo a wo mo edigu akwa mu no eyade sɛ enhyehyɛ na kɔsania wo mo ankasa wo mususu ye ne sɛnea wo mo ankasa wo mo ehyehyɛ ye na wo kyɛ sɛ adehye kakra bi entimi ama metwafi ensɔhwe ni bi na wo yare coronavirus so aka COVID-19 ho hyehyɛ ye no so wo panyi chiremu e kire se ukọ centers ahodo a na bia ya ahodo a emofrei e tron sowe no a wo mo edin hihye mapa agu akwam na emomu no wo san so echiremu kire se centers ahodo bi wo ho a hand sanitizer yi e ya de se centers ahodo bi nso no enya de se bi e wo ho eno achi no wo de ade senso eto abatan anim se wo mo enhwe se wo mo mafra ya wo mo e tron sowe no wo mo ebeboa wo mo akade bia wo mo ehia wo mo amboaboa mu no omo so enye o mafam die bia se ne be ya ebetimi aboa emofrei
of the BEC nationwide. I'm privileged to have been accompanied by my mayor. We've been to some centers made of so many schools. I think we have visited about 5 or 6 centers, which is made up of 42 schools. And so far, so good. Just that we observed some few students or some few candidates were absent. And we also realized that at some centers, the classrooms were not bright enough for the students to write, which I did instruct the supervisors to put lights or to make it, brighter for the students to be able to see and then write. So far, I think this is the last center from which I will get back to office, and I haven't encountered any problem. So I want to believe that those centers that I have not been to yet, there are no problems. 6,018 candidates for Tamale Metro. And this number is made up of 2,939 boys and 3,079 girls. 126 schools are taking part in the examination, and we have 25 centers in the Tamale metropolis where the candidates are writing.
Were they all able?
Yes, that's what I said earlier, that we've been to some centers and realized that the 5 or 6 centers that we have visited, about 9 students were absent. The other centers that we have not been to, I think I'll be getting the data later. From here, when I leave, I will try to reach out to those centers to see how many students were not present. For now, no, it is only one of the centers. I think St. Charles Center, we went and they said the student did not report. Once he did not report, it's left with us to go to the school to find out. If it is necessary for us to trace to the parents to find out why their children were not at the centers to write, we will do so. Right. I'm not totally disregarding COVID-19 protocols. I think the only thing I observed regarding that was the absence of hand sanitizers. Veronica buckets, soaps, and other things were there for them to wash their hands. The students were on their nose masks, apart from some centers where we could not find the hand sanitizers. The rest, they have it. I think when we went to St. Charles, we saw that every student had a hand sanitizer. So it's not the case that all the centers are not observing the protocols. But just first that you make sure that
Adishimama ensema sisekasi yebo eni egusu ayekenka edema no ensemo edi ade nchechedi se fata se wutibie ahaya na wonsa beka dodo na yento so ne nkopie mu ewo ensem fofrem yegusu a ewo esoro ho no kambali na yakwa kopie sabre ewo so assembly members omo mpotem ho no nei eka wo mu tripam ho ma panyi ba ko eda wo mu nyina no ma BC nhwehwe ayenuanom ne ye manom ne ye wo fasenem etro no wotimi ekokoye aduane kakra de ma wona no pa no se nkoda no emfa wana no nya bibi ento yefununum na okokotena ase na wo twera wonya adwene mu fan na afe nsoso no wonya ase ne wasifa atwero no bibi etima akoko na wonanum na atoto yi ede ama wo musanse yemfa yefuru pan enhya ya ban na nkwada no kotena se kom ede won na wo yefunu etwe won na adwene mu nsoso no esi we sana niema bi firi mu gunkrata so a na tese so tromienu eya mani han ne nti na panyini etu sa na mo fefe ede mankwada yi
wo anamonto pa onimonyamfo Adam etu ne ho no woni amani boni Nuridin etwetwe nkomo edidie ntia wo tu sa anamon no etu dwa na wo bra assembly member onimonyamfo Any amani boni etwetwe nkomo no wochie mu akire sei aduane a wode esum adehye aduonu ensia yi ni nyina eye se wo behye omu nkran se ne be ya ensohwe a wo mo etwero no wo mo ebetimi atwero no achi no wochie mu akire sei mathematical set yi bi nso eyade se wodi bi ama adehye yi se wo mo emfa ntwo nsohwe no sene be ya wo mu betimi edi nkunim na wo chese aduane ne de ade achi ade se bia kosi so mbetwo nsohwe na wie no wo mu bedi asort ade achi ade se bia no wo mu de foforo ebe frem sene be ya ebetimi aboa mofra no
because not all the students are having mathematical sets, so each student had mathematical sets. Then I also realized that during this period, some of them, especially looking at the area that we are coming from, is totally deprived. Some of our people will come with empty stomach. They will be writing before I realize I have abdominal pains, I have this, I have headache, and those kind of things, distracting them. So I thought it wise to find a way of getting them breakfast. So today being Monday, they are writing only one paper. So we are providing them tea, egg. Tomorrow being the 2 or Tuesday, we'll be providing them with plain rice and meat. Then on Wednesday will be day 3, we'll be providing them with jollof, egg. Then on Thursday, we'll be providing them rice and beans with meat. Then on Friday, that will be the last day, which is also only one paper. So we'll be providing them their snack, and that one will be malt and biscuit. So this is just to assist them go through the examination successfully without thinking of what to eat. So that is what we are here for. Then we have also decided that we are providing each female student a sanitary pad. Because during my time during the SS, where in the exams hall, when one of my colleagues swelled her items out of menstrual flow. So I think that is also another area that we can also work on. So inshallah, this morning we are going to provide each student from Kambale Islamic JHS a sanitary pad as the female students. And for the sponsorship, God is doing so. We are doing that from our little resources. That I'm a salary and I'm a nurse. And so every month I take some. So I've prepared this for some months now, and so I've been able to save towards that. Actually, I did not seek for external help because I felt that it's my responsibility, and I should be able to take up this one. Those that cannot do, maybe I may be calling for help for other projects for the school. For the motivation, it's about community development. We have to ensure that we motivate our people to work. So before you can motivate something, somebody, you yourself must be motivated. And so that motivation to do more for them is there. And so if they appreciate what I'm doing, the only way to pay back for my effort is for them to also pass well for me. And so that is all that I'm expecting from them. For now, we cannot quantify because we are preparing. There are a lot of things that will still be coming up, but I'm not looking at the cost. I am looking at the impact. I'm looking at the impact that they will derive. For the cost, it's a different altogether. I am not much concerned about the cost. For Kambale JHS, there are 26 in number. Okay. So that's also another one thing that we are looking at. But if we are able to do some of this thing continuously, it will motivate others to also join the school. So that's also one of the objectives that why we are doing some of these things. Okay. Yeah.
Ora Adam Kasaya Echino and a headmaster wada suku ya no ora so wilio and so any no ede na twetwe enkomo na nensema wade eto nsema sisika se ani mane sa na montu a onmonyafo Adam watu no eyade se nani eso papa na wo che se beboa nkwala ne ye ne titiu ne se nkwala ne bi wo ho a wo mo eba aduane kura no wo mo ni bi wo mo yefunu pan na wo mo ede banti aduane a ora Adam afatu no ho so se wade ebema mofra no kosi so metro nso we na wie no opanyi echemu kire se nani so na beboa mofra ne ye pa mo matro nso we ne ye.
Yeah, that's a very great thing from the assemblyman. I highly appreciate it. And, you know, it will go a long way to facilitate the writing of these papers that is just starting today. Okay. You know, without food, one cannot survive. And it's possible some do even eat before coming to start this paper. And once they have been served with breakfast, tea and other items, at least it will support them in the examination hall. Okay. Kambali GHS is the fundraise. Okay. This batch 2021, there are 26 candidates, and luckily all have turned up to write these exams. And the impact will be so great because for today being the first day and they being fed with a hot meal and promised to be fed come tomorrow up to Friday, I think that is at least we have to say a very big thank you to the assemblyman for taking that initiative. We are most grateful to you.
Thank you so much.
Ne krakra mu no na yamani boni ene adehye ya wo mo etron so we bia wo mo sa eka woni wonyamfo adam aduane bi enso twetwe nkomo na nkomo twetwe mu no emofra yi ede ani sonsem asidansem eko edema owura adam se wo mani so na muntu a wo mo assembly member no wotu ede afọ mo no se ne wadwen wo mo ho a wo mo aduane no emofra so ehye boss wo mbayire wo mo ho na so we wo mo tro no wo mo atimi adi nkonim.
Breakfast makes me happy. I the really waiting happy, so I want it motivates me to write much the examination. I am very, very, very happy. So it will help me to read more, learn more, so I can pass the examination.
Thank you.
I'm happy for the breakfast, and it will help me pass my exam.
Okay.
I would like to say that you should continue to do that because you help many students to pass their exams.
Okay.
I promise to pass my exams. And I promise to bring the test.
The breakfast, and I promise to pass.
Senya ye mai esi fatwa wo monum die yenso yempe pizza papa bi emfantwa yenum na obia enum entoso twa wonum ne panso yomme masters pizza eye pizza papa pa ene obo modra na wonsa ka bi anyasem keto wankasa be di wadanse ache de mempokura meken na obehu o machira kwan ewo amasaman abiase ewo mo ne oil space filling station ND enemuhwe obetima frɛ wo mo ewo 0596 098989 and 0504 414 fra womo na akoko pe wanum etwa twa wanum papa bi Bentrena Travel and Tour Limited registration fee no $150 but modra na bra na oni adwumakwe emedi nkomo na ba bibia wo pese wutukwa akoko pie me wo bi man so no won beboa aye won krata asema bibia edimu SP esita edi amount Kentom Estate Property Masters Autocare enwumako ya dama na bra no wo mukura yasene e wakaseboy mu a yetumi agi adwa edi amount awi adehema ha enwadama yede nsem nyina ebesi enumrei ensem a yede babesom wo no de na edimu akotin bia woteye enie Eshen bia kwotua fa nipa binom so e waka soto butumenam so ma binom atonimum Sanso ena MPP amanekuo ne ma waka so fa nkompetemo na da duedi nhwemu se wo boaboa wona wo ye party ne mama pa na wo hunkrata wona edimu se fata so okuta party membership card no ewi ase no na entokwa pai wase a enya asem ketoa Sanso ena tamale mayor na da due kwa probo BC insurance kwada ne Trumuturumu no na wode akwakoto dwa se wo mabrabo mfiti ase ensore na wo mo 21 hwe na won tro ne yie na won paase Adesia wo mo wotufu nso ayem de ababeto mpanyimfo anim se abane ne mpanyimfo hwe na won bra won sra ba mu emeboa won Abusiafo na nsem bi eka we ho na wadama yeji adwa enanumre nso yedene na ababesom wo na yedene nyina asiha bomodra na afekura no ababeka yensa obetumi afirase ahwe ababepemba bia yedew asi yemamu nyina mo anitie ema mo hwa medin edisi poku konkonkon bono champion na abusua e mamu nyina adwo